Dear reader, I write to you this evening in most difficult state. Our last correspondence was riddled with mystery, plans within plans that beget a most troubling unrest in the city of Morum. The fire priest and the Wan Ti, Usla Generin, nearly overthrew the Baron completely, putting him to the stake for his crimes. If it were not for a sound defeat at the hands of Osman Adenala, the city would have surely fallen to ruin. With the ever-encroaching undead on the horizon and the return of the reliquary seeker, Benjamin, much is left to be decided and uncovered. It was, if I remember correctly, about mid to late day. The one known as Ben appeared to all of you. And something of a surprising development. He had been missing for quite some time, shielded from your scrying attempts. He sits inside the ship, Xanathos, taking issue with everything that had just happened and following you all as well. The sandy-haired human with the knife closely at his chest. Last light. Anyway, how are you guys?
I'm sipping my wine.
Stopped a coup.
So
Neat!
Mm-hmm.
Xanathos puts his hand on
There
Ben's
was
shoulder.
waterworks.
Some could say that.
There was waterworks. Osmond had this whole like ceremonial combat thing. I turned into a giant octopus
Like you do.
at one point, and we kidnapped the Baron.
Oh, sweet. Wait, is he still kidnapped?
no, he left.
Oh, whew.
Yeah, it's you were more kidnapping him from being burned alive on a pyre.
Okay. I've heard weirder.
Is it kidnapping if it's I'd say more rescuing.
I mean, if she was still in power, she'd probably label it as kidnapping.
Ben has like this large gash on his eye that goes right past his eyebrow, kind of covered in blood, bruises, dirt. He's not looking good.
Oh, here. I'm a little buzzed, but I'm gonna do a healing. Let's see. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna touch his little wound lightly and do a
Oh, that's that.
third level cure wound.
I am bleeding. Neat.
And that's going to be 19 points.
Points.
Mm-hmm. How's he looking after that?
You see
Still
some of the
pretty rough.
bruises and some of the wounds start to close up, but like, been through a lot.
Here, maybe we can clear out one of the...
What did you run into? We
Oh
tried
God.
to check in on you, but
Yeah, I suppose
Yeah.
your efforts were blocked.
Yeah,
Here,
I
have a seat,
literally
have a
saw,
seat.
He goes to stand and he like almost falls. Like holy! And Xanathos like captures him.
Yeah. Help lead him to
I'll
Oh
like
wow!
comfortable
put
seat.
an arm over my shoulders.
What do you want to know? Everything, probably.
You said,
Everything.
yeah, but you said you were blinded, like you couldn't see.
I couldn't see out. I couldn't see in.
Okay.
Into the thing. The thing.
The city.
Yes, that. I had to go in. Wasn't fun. Actually, that's a lie. It was very fun. But it wasn't, like, cool fun. No, that's a lie. It was cool fun. It wasn't, like, easy walk in the park kind of fun.
Okay. It was more like danger, like, kind of like skydiving.
He like chokes something back. Oh, I don't feel good. Yes. That. There's like,
Okay.
for any of you who are even a little bit versed in medicine, you can tell like adrenaline up till now has just been like coursing through his body, and he is now coming down from the high.
Okay, yeah. I'm making sure he's sitting down. I'm gonna get him like a cup of water, and then a little bit of wine, and I'm actually gonna do another cure wounds on him while he's talking, while he's kind of distracted. I'm gonna do a 4th level on him.
Okay.
And if that doesn't get him up to full, I'll use some of my my healing from my circle.
How did that not get it? Yeah. So it's gonna be 13.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Okay.
The bruises and the blood, well, aside from like obviously the blood that's already spilled out of him, the cuts have been sealed, and there's no more active. That is nice. So what's new? Like, I don't know where to start here. Beginning, I guess?
How about when you first got there?
Yes!
Yeah.
I went there. I went into the city. That did happen.
Okay.
There were...
You went to Plautus, right?
Plautus, yeah. I didn't think I'd go back. There were monsters everywhere. There was like this darkness, like over the whole city, clouds that nearly blocked out the freaking sun. It was so...
Shush!
Oh, if you say so.
It was that scary.
A lot of things I can't describe. Skeletons walking on their own, different like fleshy things mixed together in creatures I've never seen before. This girl with like this really big black sword, that looked way too big for her. Large burnt buildings, housing like infantry, like a military. I snuck through a very convenient little tunnel into like this tomb in the center of the city.
Yeah, I kind of made that.
Thank you.
I keep forgetting that I have the digging spoon. Yeah.
The digging spoon. I have questions.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, the one I sold you?
You made
The
it.
digging spoon?
Yeah. Yeah, that made that. It dug out huge fucking chunks in like a really short amount of time. I still have that. I have ideas for that. But
From
I
an
still have it.
academic standpoint, I can say, bitchin'. I am in love with the digging spoon. I need more of them. Anyway.
Amazing.
Anyway, Xanathos like puts his hand like across Ben. I have an idea. If you give me about 10 minutes and your help, Lady Azrabana, this might be a little easier to see.
Sure. What do you need my help with?
First I'm going to construct the matrix, the circle on the ground. Give me like 10 minutes. That's okay. You have access to a mind sharing spell, do you not?
I do.
Wonderful. One moment. Xanathos goes about his work as quickly as he can, taking little like temporary like pieces of magical chalk, drawing this large circle on the ground that encompasses all of you. Very complicated, very big. This is the best I can describe it. After about, he was pretty accurate in the timing at about 10 minutes, and he comes up to you, Azravana, like, okay, you'll do me a favor with that spell. Link my mind in Ben's, and hold my hand.
Take his hand and use the telepathic bond on.
He is
him.
going to construct a composite spell with you.
Ooh, fun.
Ooh.
So I need you
He's
both
gonna
to make...
do it now?
He's going to make an Arcana check. You do as well.
Okay. numbers. I'm so sorry. I have to math.
Damn it.
21.
Ooh.
What spell exactly did you cast again? It was Roy's telepathic bond.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He also casts Major Image.
Ooh, that's
that'll be
cool.
fun.
All right.
You've constructed the spell Mind Projection.
That's cool.
Ooh.
You see Xanathus closes his eyes. You sense, reaching out with the magic, you sense that another force has wrestled control from you.
Okay.
Drawing the spell in a different manner, a less direct link to his mind. The link between you, from you in the bond is removed. And you sense all of the control move to Xanathos as he constructs something, moves magic in different ways. You can see it arc between his fingers.
Fun.
Rain droplets in the air freeze and swirl together in the air. Until you see this, you are all very like Avengers hologram style, kind
Nice.
of enveloped in an illusion. You can tell it's an illusion. It's very easy to see through. And it's all much smaller than the lot of you. 1 foot takes up the whole room almost that he's projecting.
Jesus.
And you find exactly what Xanathos meant to describe. You'll recall many months ago in game, tunneling through to the prison beneath the Tomb of Veritas. Because Ben has been here, you see all of his memories of the place, every layout in this immediate room. He looks around, and you all, connected with the spell, can kind of feel what he feels, very vaguely. A sense of dread, curiosity. All these, someone has clearly moved in. You see vials and tinctures and various animal parts, both magical and non-magical. Artificial lights using magic or alchemy. Glowing green light in the darkness. You're worried that if you were to touch any of these things, something horrible would happen. Someone is definitely a hoarder. Vicariously through Ben, you see him move about quietly, carefully. As more of the complex is opened up to you. In the center, taking refuge behind one of like the many tables and vials, you see this initially where you fought and destroyed Veritas. You see a circle drawn on this huge circular room in the center. Various braziers lighting up the place very dimly, but as best as it can. And you see, in the middle of this kind of destruction, with definitely some blood on the walls and floors, a familiar warrior with a bandage around his eyes, on his knees, and a much shorter, rather androgynous creature, kind of like bent over, touching his back. You hear Ian's voice. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't. Shh. Hurt you. The smaller creature like comforts him. Oh, but something must be done. You were brutalized, pup. And we must do better for our queen. And I will help you. At this point, you see Ben like making his way around the room, taking a look at everything he possibly can get his hands on without being noticed. You see one called Faith, plant a kiss on Ian's lips and admires his ears, kind of touching them, investigating them. I think we'll start these. Yes. You should have heard them coming with your training. But soon, you'll never miss them. He looks through like different vials and jars, and it's this moment you see Ben like, duck, like shit! He looks around and comes dangerously close. But looks just over them. His curiosity just kind of dulling his other senses. Looking through various pickled jars, organs, ears, noses, tongues.
You know, fun things.
Fun things. A direwolf, perhaps? Too mundane. A bat? Displacer beast? No. Too, he looks back. Unappealing. A Vorf. That sounds good. Hugo! You see this, like, hunched over dragonborn. Fetch me a Vorf's head. We've a fresh kill in the capture pen, do we not? Vorf says, Hugo says nothing and just, like... Yes! Retrieve it for me. Done abusing your pet? You hear, like, the clinking of armor. Is the one called Rosalie. Enters the chamber. Rosie! Oh, don't talk to me that way in front of the pup. We're getting a little upgrade, aren't we? And he, like, sharpens a knife. Like, traces his finger along it. What do you want? I'm taking 6 of my best and riding for the Arboretum come dawn. So you were successful. Excavation bore fruit. Staff was in our hands. The queen will be pleased. Is that it, Rosie? Did you really come all the way down here because you missed me? I knew you'd grow on me in time. Hardly. You must reinforce the dome. The dome? For what purpose? No scribes can get in here, and no more. A breach has been detected. So unless you want to end up like your failed experiments, all right. I will reinforce the dome. I think you're warming up to me, Rosie. Is this the start of a friendship, perhaps? I'll take my leave. And, clothe your pet. This place is depressing. As Rosalie makes her way out, you see, with this really uncomfortable look in Fate's eyes, as he traces his finger along the edge of this very, like, large, sharp knife. Oh, Hugo, yes! Removing this large, this large woven head that must be at least 3 times the size of a normal wolf.
Oh.
It must be fresh. Nothing to dull the pain, I don't think. This is a punishment, after all. But worry not, little pup. Beauty is pain. So, let's get started. He takes the knife right behind, tracing, like, the Ian's ears.
Dea looks away. She can't watch.
You hear the moment the knife meets flesh, and that is when the vision ceases.
Dea's over throwing up on the side of the boat.
And as the vision, fades away, you hear Faith's final words. We're gonna make use of that name of yours, little pup.
Oh.
Whoa.
So
That
she
was,
has one of the Septuagint.
intense. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to re-experience that, Snow Swallow. Sorry, I wasn't. You see Xanathos wiping a couple tears away too. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
So Eliza has one of the Septuagint.
Well, it's just in the Arboretum.
We don't
She
know
might
where that
not
is.
physically have it in her hand.
Is that not where she lives now?
Said they were writing for the Arboretum at dawn, and that the excavation bore fruit. So I presume that means they, at least Rosalie and her crew, have the staff. Not necessarily that it's to Eliza yet.
They're probably taking
Meaning-
it to her. Daya's coming back. She's a
That
little
was-
paler.
That was when you first got there, though, right, Ben?
Yeah.
So that
I mean,
was
no, that's
weeks
not.
ago.
That was
No?
that was a couple days ago. They had this really, really big dome that blocks scryers, and I hear there is a very talented sorcerer on his way. This who's overseeing destruction of Morum, who's also very magically adept.
That son of a bitch. Okay.
Huh?
I wondered why he
Hey.
was absent this whole fucking time. Okay. Cool.
Oops.
The Baron had an advisor, the only one who could really break through the barrier. And he's been missing ever since the Baron started becoming ill.
You'll
Well,
recall the creature that you were when you scryed last time. You'll recall the creature known as Melandris. Seems to be the one he's insinuating.
Hmm.
also, we talked to Orison while the Baron was still. Woo.
Yeah.
Wee woo.
Yeah, so he hasn't been missing for that long.
If that was a couple of days ago, then regardless, I presume she already has the staff then.
Well, how long do you think it takes them to get to the Arboretum?
I don't know,
She
to be
left at
honest,
dawn. She still has a few days on us,
And
regardless.
what's more, we don't know where it's at.
Also that.
That's correct.
Meaning, there's no hope of getting that at this point. If we're gonna get the Septuagint, we need to focus on the others now.
I guess it's good that the Arboretum is a physical place that people can ride to, because I definitely thought it was just inside your head. And I'm
As
like
did
looking at Osmond.
Which gives me an idea, but not a pleasant one.
Oh?
Tonight, when I go to sleep, I can try to see if my link to the Arboretum is still there.
Ooh,
Daya
you
gives
can
your
sleep
hand a
and
squeeze.
figure out where it is.
I can try. I don't know what to expect now that I've denounced Eliza, I suppose.
I mean, only if you think that's the best way. And
I don't know what else
there-
we'd do.
I want to know more about this link, though. What do you mean, a link to the Arboretum?
Right, you weren't there.
There was a point where Eliza, because Osmond had made a deal and then went back on it, she had a tether into his mind.
He was with me for quite a while, both in my dreams and in my visions, just in my day-to-day. And whenever I would go to sleep, I had the capability of visiting her and the Arboretum. But it wasn't the her that we see when she physically manifests for us. It was her old self.
Princess before this whole angel business.
Well, as fun as this is, I am gonna pass out. So I'm gonna find a nice patch of grass and probably drink a lot heavily. So
I hand him one of the bottles that we had gotten out the night.
friend.
Rest well, Ben.
Deserve it, thank you.
And he I'm gonna give him a hand. And Xanathos goes out and helps him down the stairs.
Long.
So I know that, I know this, and I've because I've been the one that's saying this, but I know septuagint is important. At the end of the day, that's probably our key to beating Eliza. But is anybody else deeply, deeply disturbed by what they were doing to that guy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
I mean,
It's like
that other figure was in the last battle with him, I think.
By any means. I've had run-ins with Faith in the past, and every time they have been manipulative, cruel, destructive.
I knew they were sick, but I never. It's like some archaic version of what my old family has become. Some kind of warped awfulness.
which means we
Really?
gotta save Ian.
Yeah,
Don't-
I think we should try and get that fella out of there.
We need to go to Plautus anyway, right?
Well, the original plan was to go to Plautus because that's where at least supposedly the staff was. But if the staff's halfway to the Arboretum by now,
We can't let Faith continue manipulating Ian, though. He doesn't deserve
right.
that.
No. Real quick, sorry, Vince, you were really quiet. I don't know if it's just me, but I've
It's
got
true.
you
I've
turned
turned
to
you
like
to,
200%.
I have you
I've
turned up
got
to 200%.
100%, and I can still
Yeah.
barely hear you.
I have no idea why.
Scream!
Weird.
Shout! Shout! Let it all out.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Sorry to just like interrupt this here, but I'm like,
Man, you
I
killed
can't
my
go through if
fucking
I can't hear-
immersion. You killed my fucking immersion.
I'm sorry, but I would like to be able to hear whatever the fuck I'm saying. Sorry.
No, this is better.
I turned up my input volume and moved my mic a little closer, so hopefully
there
it's
we
better.
go.
There you go.
That's better.
Yeah, that's
In
better.
fact,
Let me
you've
turn
earned
you
the
down a
right
little
of
bit
me
now.
turning you down, yeah.
Hold on, stream. We're just
Okay.
gonna get fucked up for just 2 seconds, then it's gonna be back to normal.
Don't worry about
There
it.
we go.
It's all good.
Okay. Okay. Right, so I guess next plan of action. Do we want to plan a rescue mission or continue looking for another
Do we
Septuagint?
wanna at least try and see if they're still there? Cause that Ian, you said his name was? He's a pretty fierce fighter. I think we could use someone like him on our side.
If we
But
can
if-
even get him, who knows how. I hate to be the, negative for once, but just from what little I've seen Faith do and how okay is Eden's mind at this point.
And he may not even want to leave.
He might
Especially
not even.
with that fight. He's
Talking sense wasn't doing anything.
and Faith has probably brainwashed him to some degree, especially if he's okay with Faith carving him up and
the abuse goes deeper
definitely
than
had faith.
physical.
Right.
Voice in
It usually does.
Considering how long he's been there, who knows what Faith has done or Eliza's done up until that point to begin with.
So then how do we get him out? Especially if he doesn't want to leave.
I don't know. But we've already got
Maybe
3
a
different.
lost cause. You see the knight, Ruby. Sir Ruby. Under the boat. I meant to congratulate you all on today. It was most impressive.
I mean, husband did all the work. Well, most of it.
It is your
Dad, take the
teamwork
long
that
sip
keep-
of wine.
It is your teamwork that keeps you all together and grounded. And I wouldn't put that down. Unfortunately, I've had my eyes on young Leichenhart for a long time.
Oh?
His family is a friend. At least they used to be. Borf, borf.
Indeed.
Indeed, borf borf.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Quite right.
I have seen his transformation. He was the first attempt. The first Death Knight, once she awoke. A practice round. I'm afraid that when she returned him, his mind was jumbled. You, of course, can plan this mission, but I wonder if it is worth your time and energy.
Remember when I tried to put him out of his misery. Remember what happened then? Just Faith brought him back and it was like
We are spread.
nothing
As
changed.
long as the one called Faith exists,
He can't.
it will be difficult. He is shrouded, robed in magics, potent and powerful and alchemical. It will be difficult to separate the two, with the master still pulling the strings.
And there's no way we can take Faith on right now.
Nope.
Faith
So
is
we have
one
to
that remains shielded by minions, alone in an entire city, left to do his bidding. Hacking Faith in a base will be almost impossible.
It would be suicide.
Meaning, in order to do that, we need to draw Faith out. Which, so far, the only way we've been able to do is to get the Septuagint.
And
But
Faith
if
is a
we-
coward. Faith has other people do their bidding and had us do their bidding, has all these minions to do their bidding. They're not going to come out just
Unless
for
we
anything.
eliminate their minions. Set a trap.
And how many do they have?
Scores. I can promise you that.
As much as I want to bring Faith down, I don't think at this moment it would be a smart target to go for.
Which
It's
is
on
what
the
I'm
to-do-
saying.
It's on the to-do list, it's just not at the top.
Which is what I'm saying. We're spread too thin. We've already
Right.
got Morum to worry about, as well as the Septuagint, which some of which we, unless you have more information, Ben, don't have a way to get to right now.
I could, of course, go grab Ben from his slumber, if that is what you desire.
No, let him
Let
rest.
them rest.
Let him rest.
Let them
We can
rest.
plan for the ones that are within reach for right now.
Are there any more?
I think the rest are on the other side of that
the rift.
Right.
rift.
Because
And to my understanding, Ben's the only one who's able to. Maybe in the morning after he's rested, we could talk about, is there a possibility he could take more than one person over? If it's even in his capabilities.
Yeah,
I don't.
if they can even do that.
If
I
not,
don't know
well,
what all that dagger can do. I know it makes him it can travel.
if not,
We still
we'll
need to find Orson.
That
Right.
too. I'm hoping maybe now that things have settled down in town, Orson shows his face.
hopefully. But if not, we'll have to.
Maybe we can keep an
Come
eye
up
out for
with
Heather
ways.
as well. I have a feeling we haven't heard the last of that woman.
Yeah, I don't think we've heard the last of her.
I will get some sleep. Just the rest of you do the same.
I will try.
He gives everyone like a little bow and leaves.
Well, I'm gonna start taking after Losi, and Nathan's gonna find the nearest bottle of whatever.
Hey.
What?
I hold out my empty glass now.
Oh, but I'll fill you up. Anybody else want some while I'm?
You take after Losi, I'll take after Sai.
Don't take after him too much now.
I'm good, thank you.
Why not?
Lola, Az, Ari,
I'll
I'm
take
good,
one.
Thank you.
you'll take one.
Both of us
Yeah.
gonna like shake her head.
Alrighty.
You
I'll
see
be
a
back.
little tentacle metamorphosize like through the ship without actually like breaking it.
Mhm.
A little eyeball appears at the end of it. I'll take
I
a
said
keg.
Once I
I
figure
don't-
out where you're at, I'll figure out a way to get to you.
Bring
I don't-
me the keg.
I
Once
don't think we
figure
have a
out where
keg.
you're
Now
at,
hold
you
on.
take it.
I worry that when I said a keg, you heard bring me a lot of wine. But what I meant was bring me a keg.
But you forgot the magic word.
We're
You see it?
drinking.
I really don't think that's a good idea.
No.
Maybe don't threaten the
Squint.
I'm just staring. I am staring just directly at the eyeball.
Are you trying to like intimidate or persuade it?
Persuade, because I'm not looking at it. I'm just.
Maybe you should. Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Nathan like pauses watching this go down.
Shit, that's not gonna be good. I don't know. I'm good at persuasion, but that still was a shitty roll. Yeah, persuasion.
I love our death tide.
Yeah.
I know, right? That is no. 15.
Maximum sass.
The little eyeball like threatens to like come in contact with your forehead. Do you let it?
I kind of lean back a bit.
You feel this this gooey like touch on your forehead. Bring me a keg! And then it
Where?
out of existence.
I don't know where I'm supposed to find him, but fuck it, I'll figure something out.
Don't bring him a keg, let him get his own.
Oof.
He's all mighty. He can do it.
He didn't say please.
It's true, you didn't.
Jesus Christ. Y'all are gonna get us killed because you're gonna try to get death tyrant.
And
Say
I thought
please.
and Nathan's like,
I mean-
and I thought Osmond was just trying to be my dad, and he goes and gets some alcohol.
Osmond just like stands there still like
Dea spits out some of her drink.
I think this is the first time in game that Nathan
So we've
has
ever
ever
recognized
acknowledged the fact that Osmond is his dad.
Yep.
Basically,
Osmond
I think
just
this is the
like
first time- It's
As
Osmond just
Urbana
blue
is-
screens.
By the
As
way,
Urbana's
Doug,
giggling,
I
she's
cannot
like,
see your
Did you say
face.
Aspen blue screen?
Osmond just blue screens.
Blue screen.
Dea and Az are just giggling over in the corner.
Yep.
404, page not found.
Osby.exe has encountered a problem and must reboot.
Dea whispers to Az, you
You-
know what's the horrible thing? Technically, Oz is old enough he could be his dad. Oh my god.
Right.
You just hear intense more giggling.
Yeah. Dying. Azraphon is dying.
and then, oh my god, Az,
What?
I'm into older men.
You're just now figuring this out. You're just now figuring this out.
I'm new to this, and she's just laughing her ass off over there.
Yeah, they're dying. Azraphon is dying.
Oh my
my
god.
god.
This is how we all deal with
Ari
trauma.
is very confused at all of the events that just happened.
You just get whisper, giggle, giggle, whisper, whisper. Ah!
Yeah.
Anyhow,
I'm gonna go down to my room and get a little sleep. Although, don't really need. I'll be in my room. If anyone needs me.
can say you want to be alone. It's okay. You don't need to make an excuse.
that's in the Bible, kids. Like, hold on, like, pause.
No, I just have no idea what's happening, so I'm just gonna go. And then he goes down to his room.
The fucking Bible.
Wrong. I didn't mean that.
All my introverts out there.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
at you, boy.
Oh yeah.
You don't need a reason. Anyway. You go and find alcohol. Do you search for a keg?
I do.
Okay.
I might go help Nathan find the keg, if that sounds interesting.
It's pretty easy, and actually you
And
find a
we
lot
get
of it
those-
having been brought with in Aura's cart. And she's just like, oh,
Uh-huh.
frick yeah!
Hell yeah.
And it's like, it's not the nicest stuff. It's no Scythian frost wine, but it's definitely some, like, some pretty hard, fun liquor.
You know,
Mm.
I know if you put a label on it that said it was Scythian frost wine, I doubt that Lakusang would be able to tell the difference.
It's true.
He did just request a keg. He didn't request a specific kind.
That's what.
He didn't.
It's just wine.
But he
Bring
still
him a
didn't
keg
say
of apple
please.
juice.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
you want the keg with the
Can
cheap
I?
stuff.
True.
Get
He
it.
did not specify a keg of what. Just
Can I?
a keg.
True.
Just like a
water.
keg of water.
You'd have to empty
Do it,
it
please.
somewhere and then fill it up with water.
I have create or destroy water. I think I also have. Oh no,
So
wait,
are
I
you
don't
going to
have
destroy the good wine and then fill it up with water?
Well,
You're gonna
I
give
was
him, like,
gonna
a
try and find
placebo?
an empty barrel.
He's gonna
Oh
reverse
yeah, you find the
Jesus.
barrel.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I'll do
Reverse
that.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Of water?
Do it.
Of water?
Yeah.
Okay, you do so.
And then I'll do conjure animals and have a dire wolf bring it out.
Oh, okay.
Be
I
like,
assumed you were gonna have your walk-in armory over there carry one or two of the barrels for you, and you while she's at it.
I'm also here.
Yeah.
I'm here too.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you
I'll
want to
carry
take
the-
it, Vola,
I'm like, I can take the actual alcohol one, and then the direwolf can take the water one.
yeah.
I mean, hell, with
because
Vola's strength score, she could carry all three of the kegs, you, and
It's
the
our-
direwolf.
It's arm day. Remember, she had me on her arm.
Get your arms going.
Oh.
Well, I have stacks on stacks.
Always
True.
Okay, you do so. Did you just like offer it to Lothixon, who's like above deck? Or do you wait?
How do you present?
How do you
Yeah.
go? Do you just like not give it to him? Do you go downstairs? Respond.
Well, I just am going to set down. I thought we were talking to Nathan, but
I
I'm
was
just going to
talking
set
to
down
Nathan.
the water keg.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad. I thought since Vola was
I'm
carrying
just
them.
carrying them.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, I'll present the water one with a top on it to Lothic,
Okay.
so that he can't
You
see
know
inside
himself.
right
And
away.
I'm, just gonna,
You.
I'm gonna take the other one and I'm just gonna carry it down.
Okay. You hear the sound of smelling, which is very odd because he does not have a nose.
Yeah.
smells, and you using his telekinesis, it like swirls minty.
I do my best.
Roll deception.
Yeah, he didn't say what it had in it. Just said a keg.
Just a keg.
No, I said we're using the nuke dice, and we're using the nuke dice for the first roll.
Watch it, nuke him.
That's a
That's a 4?
Oh no.
But he gets for requesting a keg and not saying please.
Yep.
Nathan's still smiling.
And he like takes it with his mouth, flips it in the air, and goes, I'd be really pissed if I could taste anything still.
Would you like me to describe the water I made for you, or are you good?
Don't patronize me, child.
I'm actually not.
Be gone! And he turns around.
Not the worst person I've had to be called minion. And he turns around.
And I've already carried the keg with the actual wine in it into the room where everybody is.
Oh yeah, it's been fun.
Yep.
You have a night of frivolity. A much-needed one after what you witnessed in Plautus. Among other things.
Try and forget that.
Yeah.
We drink to forget.
Mm-hmm.
Human experimentation.
That's just a fucking mood. Cheers, bro.
And that's in
Drink to
the
that.
Bible.
That's just in the Bible.
Okay, let the pros use that
Just
quote.
gonna
Okay,
be-
thank you.
I'll key to that.
Be like Lothixon with my water.
There you go.
There you go.
With my tea, my minty water.
You're
There
minty.
you go.
Minty. Your minty.
Anything want to happen
Water.
tonight?
Probably just rest.
Rest?
Yeah. Girl time with Az.
Oh yeah.
Low key jabs at Osmond
I'll
to
throw
not
this out there
do that kind
before.
of shit again.
I'll throw this out here before Vince, because Vince has been saying for like 4 sessions now Osmond's wanted to have a conversation with me. So if that wants to happen,
You are correct. Yeah, I'll find the time to make my way to Ari's room.
Okay. Freak.
since we had downtime, you've been
Yep.
trying to do this for like 4 sessions. I'm just trying to help you out.
Osmond probably would have been like sitting in the room listening to Dea like jab at him about the duel, and then be like, "Oh," and remember he wanted to talk to Ari.
Wait.
Wait, I'm good. I gotta.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Don't worry.
Yeah. So ass.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like, kind of be like sitting at, because they're doing girl time, and I'm like, I am a girl.
Join us for girl time.
I want time.
Sit there. I'm a girl.
Girls' night.
I would
Uh
sit.
oh.
So you and Xanathos did really good on those spells. It looked so natural. Were you guys like practicing that? Like when I saw you guys studying? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. The casual, no, that was my first time brag shit.
Those humble brag.
Yeah.
What is this?
I mean, the last time they had like a girls' day, they went out shopping. And They had to take Sylvia. Meanwhile, the guys just like sat in the hotel and talked. The entire
Yeah.
time.
That's fair.
Art imitates life.
Speaking of which, that means I'm just gonna be showing them my pictures I've drawn since then.
Nice.
They're gonna be very excited about that shit because that's good shit.
That's a part of the girls' time.
This is so
Oh, yeah.
grossly wholesome.
Art.
I love this anime.
This is the best anime.
Yep.
All right. And Nathan's just standing awkwardly while the girls are just.
Well, after like Osmond left and seeing that they're in their own conversation, he's just gonna like take like his glass of wine and just go sit out at the edge of the forest and maybe like write a letter or two to people that he hasn't seen in a while, even if it's not gonna get to him.
Who's this Prince of Darkness?
Have you seen what he's wearing? He's been around Az, remember?
He's already
I've influenced
openly
him.
rebelled against his dad, his father, who also just found out he was his father like 2 seconds ago. Like, he's already
There's a lot of development.
He's
this time.
known. He's known. He's just now deciding to pick fun at it.
Oh god.
Anyway, Osmond.
Anyway,
Arianlin-
conversation is happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Osmond just knocks on Ari's door.
Ari like opens the door.
Freak.
Hello?
Hey Ari. Mind if I come in for a little?
Yeah, sure. Come on in. I like
Cool.
open the door and like,
So, is everything okay?
I mean, define okay.
Yes, well, barring the things the group is going through.
Okay. I mean, I guess outside of everything. Still finding, I guess, all this a little overwhelming. I mean, probably just, culture shock, living in the Underdark, growing up and coming up to the surface world.
That's
Very
understandable.
different.
I mostly ask just because I'll switch to Undercommon. Just because I noticed when we were talking about the hymn that you kind of just zoned out after we were talking about things we were guilty of, and she kind of shut down.
Yeah. Right. I tend to do that. I have been trying to be better about it, but I sometimes just get stuck in my own brain, and I end up talking circles in my own brain, and I end up spiraling out of control, and I just sort of end up sitting there just staring at the ground for a really long time. And it's very hard to break out of it sometimes. So, I mean, now that I've got like the training and everything with where I grew up, since I've got like the training with that now, usually doing basic skills or just like running the basic drills or like doing exercise, that tends to help with it. Just as long as I can divert my mind, as long as I can keep my mind focused on other things, it keeps me spiral.
Well, I'm glad you have a way to at least work through it. Is there anything you want to talk about, or?
I'm not really sure if it would help me. Like I said, I think I mentioned even that big of a deal. It's just it feels like it is, and especially just knowing it's going to be a while before I can make up for it, even though I don't have to make up for it. We've already talked about it. He doesn't blame me for it in the first place, so I've sort of been forgiven, even though it's complicated. But it's if I
Is there a chair in the room?
Yeah.
Dad's bringing up the chair.
I'll just like reach behind me and grab the chair and pull it up, and sit down,
How very mad of you.
and just kind of like gesture, like, please elaborate.
Where do you start? I feel like if I were to start, you're gonna like look at me and be like, really? That's what dumb. But where do I start? Okay, so there may be someone very important to me back home. And kind of before I left, we may have gotten into a bit of a disagreement. Because we never really had any sort of conversation about what our relationship was. We were sort of flirting back and forth for a bit, but we didn't, like, put a label on it, I guess. And he was very frustrated with it, and especially knowing that I was going to maybe never come back. And I promised that if I came back and we would have that conversation. And he completely understood because I explained the whole, like, what I was trying to do and why I was leaving, and he was very understanding. But I could still see he was kind of upset. And he was still pretty hurt. And I don't want that to be the last conversation we ever.
I can't imagine how that uncertainty impacts both of you, but if there's one thing I do know, it's that I switch back to common. It's that, well, all of us here, what you've done for us, how much you've put your life on the line for what we are trying to accomplish, we would do the same for you. And I give you my promise that that won't be the last conversation you have with him.
I appreciate that. I'm certainly gonna, keep fighting. I came out here to do one job, and I'm gonna do it. Well, and hopefully, if we can beat Eliza, maybe I can. There is kind of one other minor issue that may be keeping me from that, and that's the fact that if I were to go home, if I were shot on sight, I would be lucky if all they did was shoot me when they saw me, or kill me on sight.
What if you come back a hero?
If I come back a hero, well, then that may be my end. So I'm sort of also why I'm hoping we really, really succeed.
Well, I've got good news and bad news for you. The bad news is, if we don't manage to defeat Eliza, I think going home will be the least of your worries. The good news is, if we beat Eliza, you'll be a hero. Don't have to worry about any of that, and you'll get to have your conversation
I'll be a
again.
hero. I just want to go back home. I want to watch the White Witch burn so I can go home.
I understand. Missing home is a powerful emotion. I can't imagine how it feels to you.
Well, just more reason to take her down, right?
That's
More
right.
reason to get the job done.
Well, hopefully we can. As I said, I made the promise, so if we don't, well, joke's on me, I guess.
Alright. Well, thanks, I guess, for checking on me.
Yeah, certainly. I wish I could be more help besides just encouragement and
it's
kind
fine.
words.
I may have snuck a few letters back home. I may not be able to get in, but our little army of spiders are a little harder to see.
Well, if you need a direct message at any time, you can come to me, and I can do my best to get in contact with whoever you want.
I'll think about it.
All right. Kind of give him a firm pat on the shoulder.
Thank
Nathan, I believe you just got a brother.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ari's been adopted.
That is
Yay.
great.
Sorry to interrupt your moment, but
But
Full on adopted.
I mean, you're not wrong.
By the end of this, Osmond is going to be everybody's dad, and Vola's going to have 4 dads.
he's already Daya's dad.
I need to
That
tell
is-
y'all about that one at break.
That
Oh
is
my God.
secretly
Because-
Osmond's goal, is to become the father of everyone.
Everyone's daddy.
Everybody.
Wait, hold on. Father, so all
Yes,
father basically
husband. The
has
all
one
father.
eye missing, white hair.
oh
Osmond
Jesus
Odom.
Christ.
Osmond is Odin?
Odin confirms.
Nathan is Thor. You just lost an eye too.
Okay, stop. I can't handle this. I can't handle this. I can't handle
Actually,
this.
he's more like Loki with his animals.
Shut it down!
Back in the room. So Vola, is there anyone back home that you know, I don't know, you had a like
Oh my god.
These bitches are about to
Here
start
we
playing
fucking
spin
go.
the bottle.
Oh yeah.
They just had a few
Lie,
drinks
one
in.
drink
bitch.
away from.
You
There's
drink.
like one drink away from spin the bottle. Like,
Right?
cut her off.
Yeah.
Damn. Vola's going to be like friends?
like you thought they were cute, or maybe they were a little more than friends, or anyone?
Love interest. Azarana's just like a love interest.
Yeah, that.
Oh. And Vola's just going to be like, am I supposed to?
You don't have to.
Didn't. I mean,
Just
I had
curious.
I had crushes,
This is-
but I didn't.
This is like out of character. This is when you all find out that Vola is asexual. So
Hey, no, it's okay. I'm just wondering.
It's
It's just
okay.
Yeah. What about you, Az?
It's you know,
like oh, that blacksmith's apprentice, down the block, or oh, that library boy's really cute. There was one guy that used to work in the archives back home that was really cute, but he was a real douchebag.
I mean,
gonna,
that's usually how it goes.
they usually are. The cute ones usually are assholes, but
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, he's like the one didn't pay attention to me, and then when he finally did, it was kind of like spit at your
Wanted something.
shoes. No, it was like I'm a monster kind of deal. Spit at your face kind of.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like hug her. I'm like, no.
Okay,
that sounds like, yeah, it's kind of similar to my situation.
But
I never really thought about it, and people never really looked at me in that way. So,
I mean, it's better than the older guys that really were into tieflings and stuff, and were trying to be really creepy and pull shit. Yeah, no, it's
Oh.
better than that. Glad you guys didn't have to deal with that. Anyway, hey, the world's our oyster now, right?
yeah, you've got yourself somebody now. That's not a total creep. So,
Okay, so have you guys ever done,
Azrabona's gonna make gestures because she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what this
Vola's
is.
very confused. Vola's like, what?
like, the thing where the whole thing they
She made dick!
Have you had sex?
Was that like Lothic Zod or something in the background?
Pointus, do you have it?
Have you done the deed? It's just trying to like.
Have you had the sex?
You see
They don't
June.
really-
You see June roll up. Hey guys, and she has like glass of wine. What are we doing?
Welcome to Ladies' Night.
Ooh, I'll drink
We're
to
talking about
ladies'
things while being
night.
girls.
What?
I'm trying to ask. Have you
Mhm.
done?
Oh no.
You know, gone far enough with a person? You know where?
What,
it's...
are we talking like hand-holding status?
No, like the opposite end of that, like further than that. Like the actual-
opposite end. Like I don't.
But I mean,
talk
not
to you?
opposite. More like. No, sorry. I mean,
I grew up in the family of druids, so like I don't.
what's the word? Okay, what is the word that Sister Imelda would use when we had the talk?
Sin?
Yeah.
At this moment, I think it would be a very bold thing to happen. Oh, the talk. Oh, the talk.
Okay,
I know what that
Getting-
is.
I was getting trained
No.
to be a nun, so it's the one thing I wasn't supposed to do.
The talk.
That.
Oh,
Oh.
I heard about that before.
I have also heard
No,
about
I've
that
never done that.
before.
Okay. It's interesting.
We've done. Oh!
From what I understand, it's like.
What is happening?
Shut it down! I
Hold
don't know
the
what's
fuck up.
happening. Shut it down!
No, cause I'm in.
I was just having his talk.
Fucking-
I'll give you a couple more lines of
tragic.
this.
Yeah, this went from
This-
tragic to after-school special.
This is how we cope. This is how we cope here on this ship.
Coping mechanisms,
Okay, so
yeah.
here's the thing. So tragedy, comedy. Here's what just happened.
Aren't tragedies
Anyway.
and comedies just one and the same? It just depends
Yeah,
on how you
right?
look at it.
Anyway, continue
I
as you
mean-
were. The talk.
Dude, I'm going back on mute. Holy shit.
It's interesting.
I mean, okay, so Oz and I have done it.
Oh.
Whoa.
I hear him in the other room.
Oh.
Even though he's muted. And I wonder if you guys can hear him too.
Sometimes.
Please no. I see you,
No,
chat.
I've got
Better
my mic on
quit.
mute. I've got my mic on.
Fine,
on
she's
mute, like,
already-
I am-
she-
Through Julian's mic. Through his mic. You
Oh,
guys.
And Vol's
Oh.
you're like, oh,
girl, okay, I got you.
Interesting.
Once, I knew a
To compare
triad,
it to. Okay?
and it was not disappointing.
What's a dryad?
Okay, so imagine like a person, but
Uh-huh.
with like the bottom half is like a deer.
Oh! How does that work?
You know, kind of wild.
I mean,
Huh.
I get, wow. I mean, I have nothing to
That
compare
sounds wild.
anything to, yeah.
I've had
I just
two.
was wondering,
Anything.
two?
Two.
Oh, wow.
I had Dryad, yeah, which was interesting. And then I had there is this one elf back in Scythia I visited once. Disappointing.
How disappointing.
I mean, I expected there to be,
Elves usually are.
something there.
Like no spark or something, or just like
Something like that, yeah.
okay. No, we got
Missing a
spark.
hat.
There's that. No, that's not.
Oh no,
that's
I
no.
like
I mean,
totally see that because she's also kind of sent too. And she's like, oh no, I totally see that. No, you're good.
okay. I was just, yeah. I mean, being told one thing your whole life and just kind of, yeah. No, it's different. And it's also one of those things that, why the hell would I have vowed? I'm so glad I didn't take my vows. Why would anyone agree to never do that again? Or to begin with? So stupid!
I can see sense.
What about
You don't
you guys?
know what you've never experienced.
Supposed. Yeah.
True.
I guess it would have
That
been
is, like,
easy if I didn't know.
So true.
And
Anyway. Yeah. So you've never...
Laura's just like very like...
I mean, sorry, I guess you don't have to say anything. I just am curious.
I have never. No. Most people see me as a monster as well. So yeah.
Rad!
And we're back to tragic. We've come full circle.
Oh, hey, me too. I didn't think I'd have any relationship with anyone like I do with Osmond. You never know. And no one here thinks you're a monster. Hell, there's plenty of...
That's not true.
I'm sure you can find...
No, I think she's a monster. It's freaking rad, though.
I guess that's a positive, right? I mean,
Thanks.
I
think.
Yeah, no problem. Like, this is freaking cool.
Okay. That's fair.
Do you have a type?
The type?
Yeah,
What's the
have you
type?
ever... I guess it's like...
The ones that breathe.
I was more thinking of, like, if you were to find someone cute, like, is there, like, something common you see if you, like, see, like, or things you're attracted to? Like, I didn't know exactly what that was, and then I kind of was like, I do like the guys with the lighter hair, and then Osmond's accent. I didn't know I liked accents as much, and then I met Osmond. That's, like, it's, like...
Yes,
I'm with you there.
But,
I'm with you there. I can hear him, everything he says from the other room.
You're like, dear God!
Hold the fuck up. Accents? They are suddenly into accents? What the fuck?
Anyway. We're... A great night of frivolity is
Frivolity,
had.
yes. Yeah. Osmond's ears are burning.
Azurvana is incredibly unexperienced
probably-
with any of this.
Oh, girl.
Vola has no interest, but is like, I guess she has no interest for herself, but she's like, oh, that's interesting. Like from from an artistic standpoint, she's like,
And like educational standpoint, like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like watching snails in a nature documentary.
He's just like,
Yeah.
Husband probably like walks back up on deck, see what's like it's just the girls, and just immediately just 180s and goes back down.
Yeah,
Fair.
Ari
Yep.
is suddenly feeling very good about his decision to not stay on deck. He's not sure why, but he's like, yeah, I think I'm good down here.
And Nathan is off in the woods being a creep. Does that end?
What do you mean being a creep?
it's like
Is
the
that
middle of
not
the
just
night, you're at the edge of the woods, writing a
Nice
letter.
Probably writing
Writing
dark
letters.
poetry.
Super creep.
Okay.
Can I like look over the edge and see Nathan there?
No, he's like at the edge of like a forest. He had to like walk a ways to get to the edge of it.
Mhm.
he's just out there being an edgelord.
If nothing else wanted to
have
happen
you met
tonight,
Nathan?
True. If nothing else wanted to happen tonight, we're gonna go ahead and take our break. Oh, yes.
I was just gonna say, Osmond was once they went to sleep. Osmond was gonna see if the connection to the arboretum was still there.
Oh, it is still there. You feel it every night. Back of your head.
Pandora's box.
Let's come back to that after break, shall we?
I mean, I'm here right now.
Okay. That was more because I am undecided, but
Okay, then we can go ahead and break now here. We will be right back. How do you do it, reader? How does one even begin to recover from being pushed down so many times? The Baron, centuries of missteps, centuries, and now he has to find a future for himself again. After everything, in the same place, in the same job. I'm jealous. That's an inner strength, it seems. I once thought it was something few people had, but life goes on. And perhaps the problem isn't... Maybe it's more common of a strength than I thought. And if it is, what does that mean for me? Your decision, Osmond.
Before I make the decision, if I would have waited, I probably would have waited in my room just reading until Dea was done for the night.
Oh boy. Dea's a little smashed. She eventually tumbles in.
Just
Just a little bit.
It's
Just
tiny.
a little bit. Oz, where'd you hide? Where'd you go? You went hiding.
I just went to speak with Ari, and then I came here to read, just kind of wind down after today.
Flops down next to you. You okay?
No.
Feel like he's feeling your head and any kind of like bruising that you have from your battle. No.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I'm fine physically. I just...
You sure?
Yeah.
She gives you a knowing look.
I give her a look back. You've seen me take waters.
That doesn't mean I like it.
No, I'm talking about what I mentioned earlier about visiting the Arboretum.
Oh. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the idea of you going into that Hussey's house, even if it is in the mine. But I get if we're trying to get info, and I think she likes you too much to try and pull something.
Well, I'm not too sure, but maybe it's my own personal block. Last time I was there, I told her that was going to last she ever saw me. It was a promise. And I feel like going back, even for this, is dangerous. It's
Kind of like when you went back on your deal, you don't know what the repercussions will be.
exactly.
God, that bitch knows how to sober someone up. Sorry. Wow. Sai can see me now. He's probably laughing wherever he is. Bastard.
Telling me.
Okay. Look. I trust your judgment and just... Considering everything that's happened, and, we need to find out some answers, if this part of Eliza is still there, that's all calm and collected and, has a fancy for you, maybe you can work your magic silver tongue in favor. Not, I mean talking, okay?
Girl talk.
She's just got that, just like that finger in the face, just talking.
I kind of just push your finger aside. Talking can only get me so far. My other concern comes in that now that what we've been listening to today, it sounds like her Death Knights have access to the Arboretum as well. If I'm not in her good graces anymore, who's to say that they won't be there?
Hey. Okay. I don't trust myself to stay up. What if I go grab Ari and we can keep an eye on you while you sleep, and if something happens, we can, wake up her. I don't know if you don't... I don't know how long these things last.
I think it takes most of the night. It's fine.
Well, wait, Ari doesn't have to sleep very long, right? If he has...
It's okay. Let Ari rest.
Okay. Anyway, whatever you decide, I understand. If it's dangerous, I don't want you doing it either, but again, it's one of those things, no matter what we do, it seems like it's going to be dangerous. And what is it? Knowledge is power!
Yeah.
It's your whole shtick, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna summon Annalise. She flies to your shoulder. Gives you a little nuzzle.
Right. Well, I don't see any other way. And
hey, she gives you a nice long kiss.
I will go to sleep, and I will go to the Arboretum.
I'm gonna have my owl watch over him, like sit over the bed and just watch him while he sleeps and tell her to wake me up if something seems amiss.
Sleep does not come easily. For either of you, really.
Yeah.
But Dea very quickly falls asleep by comparison to you, Osmond. The drinking.
It's not pretty.
It's not pretty. You shut your eyes. You feel, of course, the door. If you still wish to take it.
I do.
Stepping through, familiar. And most unfortunate, comfortable. You awaken. Sound of leaves rustling, sun warming your skin. Something is... Another door. You do not sense Eliza. She is not here, but you sense the presence of another door. Deeper into the woods. Not forward like you normally go to meet her, but elsewhere.
Another door. I think first Osmond would go to the White Willow, just because that's where he's used to seeing her.
Of course, with its orchids, lilies of white, and a willow tree with white blooms. You see no sign of the witch. Only the beautiful verdant grasses and trees that stretch on for endless miles. You still sense the other door.
I'll make my way towards it.
It sits alone on a path, not held up by anything but its own sake. No wall, just a door. Wooden, accessible, and unlocked.
Just kind of run my hand over it.
Smooth, excellent craftsmanship. It feels like a door.
Quick scan around. Anything that stands out to me? I open the door.
Opening the door, you feel forced to go through immediately. You are dragged in by some unknown force. Your eyes adjust to a different amount of brightness than you were used to in the actual Arboretum. and you are greeted by a swath of black trees, a thicket. You see, standing atop ruins, the witch Eliza, white-haired, pale skin, dark dress. She does not seem... She looks right at you. Past you. Away from you. Not regard you at all. As if you are not there.
Can I follow her gaze?
Yeah. You turn around, you don't see anything. She's simply admiring the trees, looking up into the sky, where only the moon can barely shine through the thick clouds that hang over the city.
I'll slowly make my way towards her, keeping an eye out around me.
She does not regard you at all. These steps have been fixed, constructed. They are very nice. Slabs of stone. As if they were recently built to accommodate the goddess. You hear hooves in the distance.
Oh,
She seems to be waiting for them.
I'll retreat behind one of the trees.
You do so. It takes but a few moments from actually hearing the hooves for them to come to. A group of riders on skeletal horses make their way to down the steps from Eliza. Many of the riders themselves are not right. Some of them missing joints, limbs, fingers. A pair of shadowy creatures. Metamorphosized from the form of a horse to that of humans. 6 of them. 6 creatures of these various types. And then a very familiar figure on the largest horse. A wicked blade with a wicked handle. Dirty blonde hair. And icy blue eyes. It's cold as the grave.
Osmond kind of inhales sharply.
She gets off her horse. She makes her way, and she immediately kneels, as do all of the riders, including the horses. Trust you were successful. Yes, Your Grace. Where is it? Cassia. Rosalie calls one of her riders. The 2 shadowy figures retrieve a staff. Large and imposing with various twists and knots and beautiful black wood with a single sapphire, white, colorless. In the center.
How far away are they?
Not that far. Few feet.
I make my way towards them.
No
Slowly.
one stops you. Not one of them stops you. The staff, even from your unique perspective, there's something about it. I feel like first it would melt through Rosalie if it could. Sinisterly slick. Smooth. Like steel. Soft power emanating from it. Blades of grass warp and move in its presence. The sapphire itself, in the center of it, you swear, moves and grows up half.
I look between Eliza, Rosalie, and the group, and I'm going to try to grab it.
Your hand passes right through.
Figured.
Rosalie moves forward and presents it on her knees to her queen.
Have I been able to cast things here before?
You've never tried.
I've never tried. Okay. I'll have that. I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy on myself and just yell, "Stop!"
Magic doesn't come. And no one stops. Rosalie passes right through you. Her armored body moving right through you as if you were simply not there.
I will move to flank Eliza.
There's this faint smile on her porcelain face. She kneels down, mutters, "I remember you." She grabs it, and the effect is immediate. The trees and the wind picks up in the trees. The stone itself seems to shape differently, wicked sharp edges. She inhales. Under my nose the whole time. Excellent work, good mother. Thank you, Your Grace. What are my orders? I suspect our war party might require reinforcements. This is the final edge of Juron that is to be overtaken. I do not wish to leave it to chance. They will strike immediately. No. He will do no such thing. He will strike only after they are defeated. You will allow them a victory if they earn it. We will honor the deal we made. Why? This one does not win a game by cheating. You may go with my blessing. And your reward, you may look in the chest in front of your bed tonight. Thank you, mistress. You may go. And Eliza walks back into the structure. She stops. The hooves march on, and Rosalie and the other knights are away. Eliza looks around, not directly at you, scanning the room. Bit of a hypocrite, aren't we?
I'm not here as Osbin. I'm here as a cleric of Ogma to gain knowledge.
A cleric of Ogma. Oh, little cleric, if you only knew what little that meant.
It's meant a lot so far.
I knew Ogma. I grew up with Ogma. You don't know what he's truly capable of.
Perhaps not. But he was there for me when I needed him. And so I put my faith in him.
I did too once. You might enjoy my arboretum. You have found the door to the real one, after all. And I expect this is not the last time we'll meet.
This newfound enjoyment with the staff shall not last. We will see you soon. All of us.
Mounting on it. And she continues her walk deeper into the complex. You, of course, could follow her. You could end your dream now. Continue to pester her. You are not restrained. She has made no moves to silence you.
I think rather than follow her directly into the structure, I'd like to follow off where Rosalie and her crew came from. I want to see the road they took, if there's anything that I can recognize, some semblance of how or where the Arboretum is physically.
The further Eliza gets from you, the more difficult it is to stand your ground. The farther you go, the more you are pushed towards her. Your freedom, it seems to be limited, tethered, Eliza. But you do, if you want to make a perception check for me.
Sure. 16.
You see a pillar of light as you enter the complex. They're broken, second story. Large pillar of green flame in a black forest. Floor meadow.
Once I make that connection,
You are, again, of course, free to pester, badger, annoy,
no.
or explore to your heart's content.
Once I make the connection to Lore Meadow, I think Osmond would back out.
You wake up in a cold sweat. Everybody's always been awake for a few hours. Everybody's been awake for a few hours already, so you're the one that comes back,
Dea would have stayed until he woke up. Dea would have stayed until he woke up.
He does so.
She has the staff. It's confirmed now.
Are you okay?
Yeah. This time it was different.
Different how?
Normally, whenever I went to sleep, there was this almost like a door in the back of my mind that I was able to use to access the Arboretum, and it brought me to this place of beautiful expanding forests and white vistas and, of course, the White Willow itself. But she wasn't there.
Eliza?
I felt the presence of another door, and so I followed it. And it seemingly brought me to the real representation of the Arboretum. She was there, but not as her old self as what we have come to know. And it's almost like I couldn't interact with the world around me. They couldn't see me. I saw Rosalie hand her the staff. I tried to intervene, but there was nothing I could do. Once Rosalie left, she felt my presence and had a brief conversation with me, but she didn't do anything to try to kick me out.
So, do you think the place you saw was like the one in the real world? I guess I should say, not the one made up in
Lore Meadow.
Lore. That's where she's gonna make her start of her kingdom, at least.
We should go inform the others and figure out what we're doing today. Husband kind of just like shrugs his shoulders and wipes his face off with the cloth before heading up. Stiffly.
You hear, so that's, the bedding is like the 3rd floor. So going up into like the kitchen / like the armory space, like where like the cannons are and stuff, you see River feeling particularly inspired, and you smell something amazing as he cooks over like pans and fish and whatnot, and puts together some kick-ass food that June is just like comes up like walk of shame status.
Yeah, no hangover munchies day is like
like
mouth
fucked
watering.
up red hair.
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing.
Yeah. You have a second one of those?
Hey, bitch.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, bitch. Hey.
Giving my hair to the dog.
And June just goes up to River, and she's like, hey, can I get a... And he just slides a glass over with this, like, green-looking liquid, and she goes, I hate that you know me like this. And River just stares at her.
Good old River.
Once the party is together, wherever we're meeting, I'll relay what I just told Dea to them.
Nathan was kind of the late entrance back because he had to come back from the forest.
Okay. I would have waited for
be
Nathan
like
to come back.
the top deck.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's at least where Ari would be. He'd been up for several hours.
I feel like we have this.
Working out.
I feel like we have the circle on the main deck of like chairs and like barrels, and we all just like kind of like
Pretty much.
like
Yeah.
our yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
we don't want to
everyone's
cram it into the map room. We have a.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So once everyone's back, just noodles.
So wait, she's.
Weren't we
in-
just there?
Close
You were-
to, I think.
Yeah.
You were on the outskirts of Lore Meadow. The tomb, Sir Owen's tomb, is like in the dark forest.
in the forest, but it's outside
Like-
of Moor Meadow.
Way in the forest. Like it took you a few days of walking from the town to the tomb back when we first did this.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Mhm.
So she's in Lore Meadow. Can't.
She
can't
never
go
left
back.
that town once we. I like look at Nathan. She never left that town. We.
Yeah. Cool. So this just makes even more options for us to follow. So we could find a
mean,
way to.
We can't go to Lore Meadow. That's where Eliza's
Well, no.
is, and if she's
That's
got
right.
the staff, we're not gonna take that from her. So I think I think
Oh,
all
right.
we can do is give that up.
Another point of
Lore
order,
Meadow.
and then I'll tell them about how she ordered Rosalie to attack after the battle if it was won.
Meaning that even if we win the battle for Morum, we're still gonna have to deal with all the.
Rosalie.
A wave two.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop until she gets all of it.
Meaning either we give up on Morum altogether and just go straight for the Septuagint, or we commit to Morum and fight
and
to the
get
bitter.
the entire population killed by doing so.
I mean, either way, they're gonna die unless we're able to push them back sufficiently.
Let's, for the moment, just the here and now, let's focus on finding Orson. If we can find Orson, he's our only key to even being able to possibly find the other Septuagint, and maybe by some chance he would have the capability of getting citizens out.
If we find him and he can open the rift, maybe we.
Because I don't want to abandon Morum, because we did make them a promise.
Meaning that we're gonna have to open up the veil no matter what. And I know what Orson's suggestion is gonna be.
Yeah.
Just know that, yeah, so at least one thing we know, she's planning on keeping her deal, so we know what the first strike is going to be, but we have to be able to, if we do end up just fighting. We have
Let me
to
see
be.
if I can find Orson real quick. And while you guys continue the conversation, I'll sit down and start scrying on Orson.
You have
So
yeah, because you only met Orson recently, right?
Correct. It was at
that party, right?
the party, and then a little after when we were like dealing with the Baron, kind of immediately prior to the.
Yeah.
So it's just firsthand.
Let's see. Yeah, just firsthand.
Fails that fucking save.
oh,
Gotta roll a
Nice.
2.
Ooh.
You see the tiefling Orson down by the docks. Hooded. Outside a sketchy looking building.
Sprocky.
God fucking Sprock.
Noodles.
I'm just gonna be like, wait, I know where that is.
We
I'm
both
like,
know.
"Damn, we know where that is.
There are a
Yeah,
lot of
it's where-
sketchy looking buildings. It doesn't mean it's that sketchy looking
That's
You
true.
are correct.
That's true.
That was me as a player speculating.
Oh no, I'm just assuming that it's Crafty Wild
Yeah.
Sprocket's creepy ass garden.
That bitch.
If it's the docks, then I would hate to know if he's doing anything with that lovely.
Is that all he sees from the sky? Is just him outside a shady building?
I mean, yeah. Not much to see.
I think
Like
our
a fish
best
Go get
market,
him,
it
man.
seems.
I think our best move at the moment is to go try and confront Orson. And like suppose we can figure out what we're doing from there after we have more information. But it seems like one way or another we're going to have to find a way to get out the rift.
Right.
so then what happens when we're on the other side?
My guess is as good as yours.
I don't think we can know.
Because if we don't close it, then she has range of the whole planet.
I'm almost worried if that's a risk we have to take. Because with how present she is in all of this, is regardless of what we do to try to stop her and contain her here, she will find a way eventually, and that's a reality that we need to come to terms with. Whether it's now, whether it's 200, 300 years from now, she will find a way out.
We need more help. She has so many. She has all the numbers.
Well,
We don't
I
even-
agree we should go find Orson. He seems to be the key to any sort of plan we make. Just at
And-
all.
And as I've said, Oz, if we need more defense for Morum as is, the Suns might not be a bad place to start.
I think I agree.
We should go now, though, because if he's at the docks, he could
Yeah.
move.
Let's move.
Yes.
We
Let's go.
can do the rest as we go.
So we'll make our way to the docks.
It is an uncomfortable experience for any of you that possess the female gene. To be in such a sketchy place with so many sketchy people in a sketchy part of town, a sketchy time of day, that is.
I have final thoughts, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Dale remembers. Dale never mentioned that to Osmond. Nope.
Oh no, I remember. I have final call this time though.
Haha,
At least Vol would probably be able to kill literally anyone here.
Yeah.
literally.
Literally anyone.
Cleanup is in full
I think
swing.
the last time I was here, I threw someone off.
You see the pyre being just taken down. Like, you see the pyre being like taken down. You see some people starting to reconstruct things, grumbling to themselves like stupid. Although on your way to the docks, business as usual, pretty busy, and you find your way to the building you saw in your scry pretty easily. As well, yeah, it's in the middle of like a fish market.
Familiar hooded figure around?
There's a lot of hooded figures around here. Make a perception check.
Sure, why not?
Can I also make a perception check, or at least assist?
Yeah, give him advantage.
Is this an area that we were in?
I mean, you passed it.
Vola and I?
You've passed it.
Okay. It wasn't the building we went into, though. Okay.
Oh, cool. Dirty 20.
Ooh!
I think you saw someone of his height and build going in that general direction.
Lead that way.
You enter, and your eyes immediately have to adjust, all of you. And you see Orson takes his hood down and notices all of you. Raises his eyebrow.
Good to see you finally show up.
Current events dictated that I remained out of sight.
Of course.
I'm sorry if I have hurt your feelings in any way.
No, not at all. We have come to you because we request knowledge of access to outside the rift.
Outside the rift.
Yes.
Orson! Oh my various gods. You see this really short woman.
Oh, wait, is it?
Move her hood and you see blue hair on a dwarven head. With a single piercing in her nose.
Wait, is that Halia?
Wait a second.
Alia Thornton.
Goodbye.
Halia! No
Holy
shit!
Oh, I have no.
Well, look what the cat dragged in.
Same could be said to you.
I've been wondering if you sons of bitches actually survived the issues in Plautus after you robbed me of my crown. You see, like, all these other people, like, stop. Turn. What's going on?
Say we didn't rob you of anything. We didn't get it in the first place. We were too busy running for our lives.
The crown fell pretty low on the priority list to survival.
She looks around. Get a move on, you sacks of shit. Y'all, come with me.
I just look at Osmond.
Business with him first, then we'll get to you.
She turns back. I need you to make a charisma save.
Oh.
Oh, that's a 15. Thank you, Jacques.
Look here. I'm gonna ignore that once. Had a good faith of knowing you. Do that again, and I will remove every limb from your body, and you will be alive for every piece of it. Bish?
Do you really think it's a good idea to dismember one of the ravens?
I don't give a shit. Follow me. And Orson, like, follows right behind them as well. Into, like, this other door, like, behind, like, the whole market. In an alley.
It does make sense to not be in front of everybody in this part of town.
Yeah, Bull is right, and I just kind of roll my eyes and
Probably should
take Osmond's hand and kind of nudge and follow.
Having assumed you were following, Halia kind of speaks behind her. Orson's been telling me that you guys have been in the town for a few days.
How long have you been here?
Longer than I'd like to. She opens the door to the side.
From my understanding, Orson said he was estranged from his previous.
I don't know, Orson. Are we estranged? In.
So, forgive me, Orson.
I-
So, are you
In.
I thought we were in.
Okay, well, you go in. It's like this big, like, domed room. It's really dark.
So Dea just like resumes. She has this. She's like standing tall. She's getting. She's channeling her nun stance and kind of folds her hands and her arms. And Orson, are you playing a double agent here? Does your current employer know that you are moonlighting?
My current employer knows that I will do whatever is best to keep myself alive, and at the moment that is tied to the well-being of Morim Valley.
Do they know what that entails?
Sounds like we're on the same page then.
Does that also include Heather?
I'm familiar with Lady Heather, though I have not had my own dealings with her.
Right.
Are you trying to do an insight to see if he's lying?
There was some biting sarcasm there, yeah. I definitely would
okay.
like to see if he is bullshitting.
Okay. You may roll for bullshit, and I will roll something. Is this dice weighted?
God, I love having double proficiency.
I just wonder because every time I roll, it's 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Okay, yeah, hold on. I'm gonna try something else.
Natural 8, so 23.
Jesus.
Fuck! Wow!
He does not appear to be bullshitting. At least, okay, no. He is bullshitting, although you don't know in what regard. But specifically, I have not met with Lady Heather. Does not seem to be alive.
Okay.
Orson seems to be similarly trained in the ways of the court.
All right.
Under circumstances, she might have had a very nice conversation.
Not my primary focus, so.
Nope. You hear a few clicks and whirs and levers, and torches light up throughout the room, with this big table in the center. Talia having to get onto like a step stool to standing on the table to get your attention. What's your deal?
Well, we come to Orson because we seek knowledge about travel beyond the rift.
Rift. And what would
I'm
you
sure
want
you-
for beyond the rift? You don't even know what's there. No one does.
We know of some things beyond the rift, including the septuigent of
Probably.
which... Go ahead, Vola.
Oh, I was gonna say probably not death. I mean, there might be death eventually, but probably not immediate death.
One would
Especially
hope.
if Eliza follows us through.
The Septuagint beyond the rift is key to the defeat of Eliza. And we just discussed this prior to coming here, but we either stand here and eventually fail, and Eliza still makes it out of the rift regardless of what measures we take to stop her, or we find a way to safely get ourselves out of the rift and not allow her to find the septuagint and do what we can to stop her.
I will be joining Baron back at his right side here in a few hours. Your plan is to simply escape, come back.
Well, take as many people as we can.
If we can, we'd like to get as many citizens who aren't willing to fight out of Mourne Valley.
As a member of the Enlightened Eye Cup, I possess this knowledge. But there is a caveat to power. There is no middle ground. The barrier either remains or it falls. Would you really be willing to put the entire Janusaar at the risk of because of Juron? Will the witch be satisfied in her small kingdom on the lake, or will she eventually seek a way out?
Well,
I think
we
both know the answer to that
exactly is that
That's-
she is going to find a way out, but we need to get to find the tools to stop her.
On Ari's point, what we're trying to say is that regardless of what we do here, if we stay, if we try to keep Juron as this sort of containment for Eliza, she possesses the capability to find a way out. Whether it's now, whether it's 50 years, whether it's 100 years, so on. She will find a way out.
The people on the outside might not know how to stop her either. They would just be doomed because they wouldn't know what we know.
So what is your plan? What becomes of Mourne Valley?
We will do what we can to train those who are here, willing to stay and fight. But I think we have to pursue the Septuagint, otherwise Juron and all of the Janusaar is doomed.
The ritual for the collapsing spell requires 2 weeks of time. 3 mages equals. Where do you propose I find this?
Steve.
Steve.
Uh,
2 weeks of time. 3 mages of equal skill. How does that sit in your timeline?
We only really have 2 weeks, don't we?
No, we have like a month.
no.
Today's the
Less than a
21st
month.
of Noosa?
Today's the 21st
Yeah.
of
We have till the
either
end
or
of the
no, I
month.
think it's the 22nd now.
It
Yeah,
takes,
because we
No, it's
just
the 21st.
slept.
it takes 2 weeks to cast the spell. And the wall does not explode. It does not just fall. It dissolves. Before there is an opening large enough for somebody to pass through, it will be another 3 extra weeks. Did I say that right? Hold on. 3 extra weeks.
So we'll be here for the fight for Mourne regardless.
Yeah, so
No, we won't even.
So I see no other options besides continuing forward.
There is an option where I could
We
attempt to speed up the disintegration process.
What is
I
that?
also just want to say, because I looked at the calendar, we have 7 weeks before Eliza said she would show up.
Okay,
6 and
so
a half.
so this would take 5 weeks, right?
Yeah. So we have time.
Even with, if the barrier went down enough, would we be able to transport people safely if they even agreed to it?
Well-
A lot of these people still think that this isn't going to happen, that this battle is... And especially if we don't have enough numbers to even... I'm worried if we have enough manpower and with Az's things to stop the initial assault. Now we know that there's going to be a second wave.
Second one.
Well, we have to commit one way or another. It's either a choice of...
We start training them, or we start screaming at anyone who will listen to start getting ready to move, or what?
Because even if we
Not
get
everyone's going to,
No.
but that's out of our hands.
Meaning those who can't fight will get ready to move, and those who are willing to fight will train.
Correct.
My concern is the people who are going to be willing to do neither. People who aren't going to be willing to move. And therefore not going to be willing to train because
We're not going to be able to force anyone to do anything in this situation.
I know, and that's... I know, but it's...
That's their choice. If they don't want to fight for the land that they live in, or the land they might possibly go to, then they're digging their own grave.
I guess I would just rather try and get people out of here. If they don't have to fight, I'd rather them not.
That's what I'm saying, is those who don't want to or can't fight, either because of inability or because they're too young.
Do you think there is any scenario in which you beat back the forces of evil and Moram is safe?
In the long run?
No.
Then why would you spend manpower to fight a war you cannot win?
That was sort of my thing, is I don't want any of them to fight because any of on the first attack, let alone the second one.
However many after that.
Is if we train these people to fight, that's what, a little over a month? That's not enough. That will give some of them a decent starting point. But the second they see real action, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
If we dissolve the rift,
Every fallen unit replaces someone in her army.
Yeah.
I honestly think the only way we're ever
going
to beat her is eventually going straight to the source, because we're just, the more minions we knock down, the more she just brings right back up. But here's my thing. So if you were able to dissolve this barrier.
Yes.
Meaning we're continuing our streak of running.
There's no way to. It's a done deal. There's no reconstructing
it's a lose-lose
this
situation. We're just trying to think of slightly less losing situation.
I'm trying to think, is there a way that we could evacuate people?
That's what I'm saying, is I think our energy is better out of here. Because every person who falls here is one more person who joins. And that's going to be a lot of people.
So we do have the advantage of at least knowing what she is originally going to do, and then we know who she's going to send after as the cleanup crew. You know that they're going to have ships, and that they're going to have this general what was it as? Another.
Can't hear you, Azravana. You're muted. You are still muted.
Oh,
Yeah.
you are- there you go.
Discord, yeah.
The Shambling Lord.
Right. In addition to any of her other minions.
And I'm guessing she's gotten even more creative since last time.
Last week.
I saw that one person do to Ian. Yeah, I'd say they're probably getting real creative.
So it sounds like we only have one option then. We get everyone out that we can. Once the rift is dissolved, we just have to go after the septuagent as quickly as possible, in the chance that the rift isn't reformed and it's left open for her.
Oh, the rift will be impossible to reform.
Right.
How do we even know then if it's going to work? This dissolving. If your coven has known about it for so long, has anyone ever... Obviously no
Never
one's done it.
This is ancient knowledge passed down through the generations. Many people insinuate the god of magic himself, Aeloras, erected the barrier, being jealous that his brothers and sisters got so much of Janusaar. He didn't want his piece to... At least that's the story.
Might I ask what... You said 3 other mages of equal skill.
Indeed.
What might that look like?
It might look like it might look like the 2 of your friends here. Mages who are capable of casting certain kinds of magic. The ritual is long and arduous. It will require tapping out, as they might say.
Arcane ritual casters, then.
Arcane isn't necessarily the only route. The circle acquired concentrates all magic.
4 of us here are all very powerful spellcasters.
You could do it yourself, or you could find other fodder to do it for you and give you time to prepare.
Hence why I suggested Steve. And also our friend in the cave might be a good option as well.
I think she's committed to doing her own thing. She wants to see her friends. How about this? What if the 3 of you, since you made the promise, Nathan, to Gorgor, Ari, Vola, and Nathan, you focus on evacuation efforts and convincing the population to get out.
Yes,
The
sir.
3 of us,
Okay.
me, Dea, Azavana, we help Orson here with the ritual.
Okay.
Does anyone have any disagreements?
There is another who could... He goes by the name of Scorn.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Very well. I should have known you would be a bit closed-minded.
It's supposed to mean.
You're a band of misfits. Few ever accept you for who you are. One might think you would do the same for someone else.
From what we've heard, his practices aren't necessarily in line with what we're trying to do.
His practices specifically?
Those of his order.
Oh, so because his parents are one way.
Does he follow them?
It's impossible to know. I do not know his family.
And
How
that's
do you
where
know
our
if he's
consent
trustworthy?
comes in.
So
I will
he's
abide
not
by
an
your
option.
wishes.
He's not an option unless we can confirm that he has good intentions here in Morum.
We don't have
Scorn-
time to do it. This is not the conversation we're having.
Scorn
Exactly.
will not touch the ritual. You have my word. Assuming, of course, I'm free to go. Yeah, sure, whatever. Just give me like a front receipt, will ya? Yes, mistress.
You're intending to stay?
Stay. Fuck that. I want out of here as soon as I can.
Okay.
Well, then we should probably be heading out. We apparently have an entire town to convince to start evacuation.
I feel like we should talk to the Baron.
Yeah,
My first stop's Gorgor.
we need to talk to as many as we can.
Gorgor can start convincing people to.
Alright.
At least
We're still gonna
start getting things organized.
Yeah.
I know, the
We'll need to
Baron's
ta-
probably
we'll need to talk to the Baron.
The Baron's going to be walking on eggshells for quite a while, I feel like, so. But we do need to talk to him, but that's why I think Gorgor might be our best bet of getting into the people's.
As much as I hate
Gracious.
to say it, we also probably need to talk to the other heads of the town.
Them united
course.
on this.
Maybe we can talk to the Baron and have a meeting, or.
Orson,
Yes.
we shall
Do
start
really need
tomorrow.
to talk to all the heads.
I think
Yeah.
that's the best way to do it.
Yes.
We shall start tomorrow. First light.
First light. I will gather the materials. We will, of course, need a blessing from the Baron, which I am sure you are more than capable of acquiring.
We are going to speak with the heads of the town today.
Fuck. We will need it.
Indeed.
Madam Halia.
Especially with Heather.
She's not ahead, luckily.
She's not ahead. I don't even think she's in town anymore.
No, she's looking for you, so be careful, Orson.
I just say in Dorvis, nope, she's just a bitch.
Nice.
Noted. Appreciated. And he gives you a little bow. And makes his leave.
Right, so Nathan, do you want to go talk to Gorgor?
Right. Try and get him to see if he can round up some people, maybe get some things organized, and maybe give me some pointers as to what prior training, loosely put, some of the townsfolk might have.
As much as I hate to say it, I think I am obligated to go speak to Usla. Dale, would you like to accompany me?
Yes, please. Anywhere but Crafty. I'll take that snake over her any day.
Vola, Azavana, are you both okay with going to visit Crafty?
Yes.
I look over to Vola. Are you okay?
Yeah,
You could take her.
I have this really scary sword this time.
Yeah.
I have a
And-
knife.
So I guess that means I've got the Baron.
It means you have the Baron.
I can do that.
Okay. How do I recover? Reader? I've been pushed and punished and prodded, and I still don't know how to walk further. How did I recover? I don't think I ever